heat primarily from showers. When the shower water goes down here, the cold water goes around the outside, and it transfers heat to the cold water, and as a result we get during a shower, roughly about half of the heat that's going down the shower is recovered. So it's a device. There's now, I think, 3 or 4 companies that sell these units. We have one right here, I believe. Yes. And I think there's a Saskatchewan company that made this. Is this correct?
I'm not sure though.
Okay.
I should check them.
But a very simple device. There's no moving parts. There's nothing to wear out. No valves or moving parts or anything like that. And typically, I think on a house, something of the order of about you can save roughly about 100 watts of energy on average. Again, on that baseline of 500 by using this device here.
Where does the heated water go?
Yeah, the cold water comes in at the bottom here, and it's split into 2 portions. Some of it goes around the lower part, and then some of it goes to the top. And then after it comes out the top here, the best arrangement is to hook it up to two locations. One, hook it up to the inlet to your hot water heater. So it pre-warms the water before it goes to your regular electric water heater. And if you can do this, and you can't usually do it after the fact, you should also hook it up to the cold water line on your showers. And this way you're getting preheated water going to the cold line on your shower. And that gives you the greatest performance. And in my house I didn't do that. I was only able to connect it up to the water heater, because all the other stuff was all built in.
What's the cost?
The cost on these, Brad, you got some recent numbers?
Mike, in the ballpark is $700 before installation.
Yeah.
So,
And then
Yeah,
you
we
probably
paid
have to pay a plumber, maybe
We paid $600 for that one.
600, okay, yeah.
We paid $400 last year at Westburn.
Okay.
We got lucky.
Oh, yeah. And in general, the longer the better for these devices. And there are, I say, about 3 or 4 companies. There's actually a Saskatchewan company called Water Cycles in Balgoni that makes these units too. And this is the one in our house here. They're not quite something you'd have in your living room. But,
Yeah, that's the
they
stack.
didn't quite
right?
box it in.
That's the sewage stack, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. That's it. So the first thing is the conservation measures. Pursue them first. And here's the measured numbers. The base case, your average house uses around 225 liters a day, and we've reduced it down to 137. In my archive of consumption values, I have numbers going back to 1993 when we first installed the meter. And at that time we had a top-loading washing machine, just ordinary shower heads, and we were consuming up above that amount. So these numbers here are, you know, reasonable ones in terms of, you know, what you can expect from it. If you were to use only cold water for heating your laundry, you'd probably knock another third or so off of this, I think. But you might lose some friends from the fallout.
One of the articles I read on the green water recycling is that if you can hook it up to the tap, you actually use less hot water from the tank to start with, because you're
That's
mixing,
correct, yeah, that's right, there
you're
is
mixing warmer
a
water.
secondary effect to that.
Yeah, so you would probably reduce it as well from that, so.
Yeah. So, first of all, apply the conservation measures. If we go back to this list here of all the various things here, you know, this thing plus the more efficient laundry machine plus the more efficient dishwasher, I think for about $1,500 you can achieve that roughly 40% reduction in a new installation. And that is, and I think actually if you shop around, quite often nowadays an Energy Star dishwasher can actually be roughly the same price. They don't seem to be marketing them on that feature very much, but it is a so in my house, if your average water heater is using maybe 500 watts, we've got it down to roughly about 300 watts by applying these conservation measures. And that thing there, and the more efficient laundry unit is a big part of the reason for that. Those solar water heaters, on the Verico home we have two types of water heaters that are available. This is a model here of a flat plate solar collector, and it's got, usually has a piece of glass on front here as well, and some kind of a, in our climate most commonly it will have an antifreeze solution that goes through the piping here. These collectors get very hot when the sun is shining and there's no fluid going through here. They can get up to roughly, I think around 160, 170 degrees Celsius on a sunny day. And there is quite a bit of energy available. When you're facing the sun on a sunny day like today, you can get about a kilowatt, 1,000 watts of energy per square meter from the sun. With that, we'll pass this around, you can have a look at it. People have built their own solar collectors, but there's a lot of companies now that make commercial ones. And the other type of collector are the evacuated tube units. And here's an example here of an evacuated tube. And most commonly they're in a manifold, and but there's a vacuum between the inner and outer glass layers on the units. And there's some kind of a highly absorptive coating inside the unit here that captures the heat. And when the sun is shining here and there's no heat being withdrawn, these can get even hotter. They can get up to, I think, around 250 or 300 degrees Celsius when there's no heat being removed. But I'll let you have a look, you can look down the end to there. And on these ones, the heat is transferred by the tube. There's an oil that goes in here, you can see the oil in fact there. It's heated up and it essentially boils, goes up to the top, and then condenses and then runs down the tube and goes back again. So those are the two main type of collectors that are available.
What if this breaks?
What's that?
What if this breaks?
Yeah, if it breaks, you can actually take the tube out and put another one in. It's got, it's not, it's sort of fail-safe in the sense that if one breaks, it'll still keep running. So.
And those retail for about $10 each, so if you happen to throw a baseball through it or something, it's not a...
Are there any toxic materials inside that could
I
leak
think
out?
it's something like a copper metallic in there. It's nothing like arsenic or anything nasty like that, to my knowledge.
And the oil isn't,
I think it's just some kind of paraffin or something like that. I don't know the exact details. But.
So this one achieves a higher temperature, but cost efficiency in terms of which one?
Yeah, there's a few problems with this. One, they tend to be more expensive for the same surface area exposed to the sun. And the other problem is that if you get a driving snowstorm against them, the snow gets impacted there, and they're so